This is episode number 4 of Savages in the Bronx, live from Studio 54 in New Jersey and REM Studio in Staten Island, New York, and exclusively on Twitch and powered by StreamYard. And welcome back to the show on this Monday, April the 5th, 2021. I am your host, Rich Rivera, and I'm being joined by number 54 in your scorebook and number 54 in your hearts, Tom Wospil.
Richard, good evening. I was almost say good afternoon. We're past that. Good evening, Richard. How you doing?
8 o'clock p.m. Well, now 8:01 p.m. on the East Coast here, and the Yankees are on the field. This is our first conflict of schedule here, Tom. We got the Yankees on one screen here, and then we have our show on another. If you're a true fan of Savages in the Bronx, so this is a little bit of a conflict of interest, but hey, we got to do it sometimes, buddy.
That's true. I mean, in all honesty, I have the Yankees on right here, right there. Aaron Judge is up. Let's see what he does here. Okay, that's a ball. There we go. 2-0 Judge. Look for a pitch. So if anything happens during the game or during the stream, I do enjoy this podcast. I do like the Yankees more. So we'll
I hope you do. You're my co-host. I'd hope you enjoy the podcast more than anybody. But of course, we have our Twitch followers. So thank you guys for joining in. MTook45, saying Savages. Riff0302, Judge Big AB here. Aaron Judge, of course, going deep in tonight's contest already. But we'll get into that in a little bit when we get into our Bronx is Burning segment. But of course, Tom just joined us on my other show, Leading Off. We talked about the greatest players to wear both the Yankee pinstripes and the Mets blue and orange. We ended up going with David Cone. That was a great pick, I feel.
I mean, when you initially asked it, the first two always come to mind are Doc and Darryl. But Cone, he had a very good career with both teams. Very, very good career with both teams, where Darryl and Doc and some of the other guys had good careers on one side, but not so great on the other. It's amazing how good he was on both teams. And we had a commenter in the last stream. David Cone is such an underrated pitcher in Major League history. Such a good pitcher.
Yeah, and I believe it's one of our most dedicated fans, MTech45, who said that comment. One of the most underrated pitchers of all time, which I absolutely agree with, and I thought it was a great choice by us two and my co-host Espo on Leading Off, which of course you can check out 7 p.m. Eastern time, also Monday nights here on Twitch, and follow at L Off Podcast on Twitter. But let's get back to our show. Savages in the Bronx, as Tom enjoys a bud right there. We're going to talk about the Bronx is burning, but we're going to recap opening week. Of course, the Yankees are playing tonight, but it wasn't the best weekend for the Bronx Bombers, dropping the series to the Blue Jays. It was tough. There were some bright spots, but there was a lot of bad in there. Tom, what were your takeaways from this past weekend of games?
It's you don't want to be prisoner of the moment and be that caller into the fan who's just screaming about going 1-2 and how the Yankees are done. They didn't look good though. I'll tell you that much. There were some good looking players out there. There was definitely some bright spots. Mike King, Gary. Love to see Gary hitting 2 home runs. But the team just overall just kind of felt like some of the same song and dance we've had the last few years. Just not getting hits or runs in scoring position. It's not getting those big hits, and sometimes it's really frustrating watching it.
Yeah, so I guess we'll start off with the positives, as you just mentioned. Gary Sanchez, good start, 2 homers. I loved seeing him as the first guy to homer for the Yankees this year. It's such a big statement for somebody who was close to being non-tendered back in December. And, of course, you have the Gary Sanchez haters. He shouldn't be playing a game ever again in pinstripes. And for him to do what he did was awesome to see. Michael King, as you mentioned, who I remember you when we were doing our warm-up shows, projected him to make the opening day roster, where we weren't too sure if Michael King would be in that spot. But, hey, he made it, and he looked great. And he helped out our guys, as far as bullpen goes on Sunday. When Herman struggled, and, hey, King came in, 6 innings pitched, no earned runs. I mean, you can't ask for much more from a long reliever. Michael did a great job there. And I have one more positive I want to say. The fans. I was so happy to see the fans back. We're at 10 to 15% capacity, I believe, right now. But it was nice to see them. They definitely brought life to the ballpark. the so few, but I thought it was a great positive to see the fans back in the Bronx.
Yeah, I mean, just, I was getting so tired of the fake crowd noise last year. I know they had to do something to kind of kill the dead air, but the fake crowd noise, especially on some broadcasts, it wasn't. Yes, I'll be honest, wasn't as bad with it, but some broadcasts they would just. It's like all of a sudden they would just crank the volume up at once, and it just, I don't know. I felt like I kept getting reminded that, there's no real fans there. So hearing real people, it's great.
It was great. Tom, you gonna be one of those real people soon?
I want to be. I'm going to be honest. The idea of going to a game right now where I can just sit and just kind of do this and just I got a long wingspan. Like I can take up 4 seats and just chill.
Fuck yeah.
The line for beer and food is going to be short. You don't have to scoot by people go to the bathroom. It sounds kind of unbelievable. So
yeah,
I kind of want to go.
I love the idea of having a fucking row for myself. And like you just mentioned it, I thought that was a great point. Like having to scoop by people and then everybody's got to do the awkward oh, hey, all right, okay, yeah, all right. Got ass in everyone's face. Like nobody likes that. But having your own row for yourself, fantastic. And yes, absolutely.
As being someone that's 6'3", I don't have the luxury of just doing let me pull my knees in and kind of go to the side. Like if someone wants to go by me, I have to stand up, and it is not fun. So
yeah,
tickets aren't too expensive. I'm kind of thinking about trying to go.
That's a big ass.
Maybe you and I can go.
That's a big ass doing the crab shuffle through the row, man. So yeah, I'm in. Let's do it. Let's Savage in the Bronx. We'll take M Took 45. We'll take Riff from the chat with us. We're gonna have a great time. We'll go to the stadium. Have a big Billy's. Gotta hit up Billy's for a little bit. Get a little pregame going there. We gotta make it a thing. And of course, have a whole row for ourselves. I'm down for it. Let's make it happen. But we're gonna move on. That's all the positives. There's a few negatives, obviously, that happened this past weekend, but I'll just talk about just one, really. We got to get Aaron Hicks out at number 3 spot in the line.
So here's the deal right now. My opinion on this it could change immediately. Hicks is up right now, bases loaded. He just swung daddy hack, swung and missed. So it's a 2-2 count. Hicks has been horrible in the 3-hole. This is the overreactions kind of season on Hicks, even though I don't think he belonged there anyway. But listen, if Aaron Hicks parks one here, this could change my whole outlook on him. And he did. Oh, that's gonna be. Oh, thank God. He just had the ugliest check swings. If a check swing, strike out, the bases loaded. That's been Aaron Hicks this season.
I'll ask you
out a lot.
I'll ask you in the chat.
Swung too.
So everybody participate. Where should Aaron Hicks bat in the Yankees order?
9th. Honestly, I mean and that's not even as much of it's a bit of an insult, obviously, against him. But no, but listen, as someone putting a lineup together, I do like having someone at the bottom of the lineup who can get on base, who can run, who then because you always they say it all the time, right? That your leadoff batter only leads off once a game. Big walk for Hicksy. Oh, I love the Hicksy bat flip on a walk. You can't hit a ball, so you might as well bat flip your walks. But you would like to get him on base, in front of DJ, and then having some of the big hitters coming up. I honestly don't think it's a bad spot for him.
I'm laughing because I'm just looking at the chat here, and they're suggesting batting him 10th, which is obviously the Yankees now play softball, so he would not be able to bat 10th. Bat him in the minors. That's another thing. I think he's out of options there. You could bat him 9th on the Staten Island Yankees behind Scooter, but the Staten Island Yankees do not exist anymore. So, yeah, a lot of love for Aaron Hicks in the chat, obviously. I think batting him somewhere lower, though, I still like the idea that he is the switch hitter and he's the only, in a full lineup with Voigt's there, he's the only potential threat from the left side.
I'm seeing some things in the chat right now. I'm sorry, Richard, and I'm getting a little excited.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, Giancarlo!
Sterling.
No say un parlo! Oh my! To the Frank's Red Hot Terrace. Big man.
Fuck yeah!
Oh,
fucking go,
Giancarlo. Let's go, G.
Let's fucking
Look
go.
This guy running around, got the ball. He's excited. Get the handoff, G.
See, this is where I don't mind the Yankees.
Giancarlo looking like Matt Newman getting the handoff there by third base coach.
Shout out to Matt Newman. Matt Newman. All right. But yeah, Giancarlo Stanton. This is why
everything's good at Yankee land. Cancel the bad. Everything's great. 6-0 against the O's. Who cares about the Jays? They're all gonna fold. They stink. They're young, they're inexperienced. We're back, baby. We're back.
And this is why I love the live show during the Yankee game. So we may have to do some more streams like this in the future, man. Last note: Luke Voigt set to return in May, at least according to Aaron Boone. How confident do you feel that this is actual true news here? Because we know how the Yankee media could be and how our own team could be with like projecting Yankees returning from injuries. But Luke Voigt set to return in May.
I mean, that's you said it all right there. It's usually he'll return in May, so we'll see him August 1st, and that's unfortunately what we've been conditioned to do. And I don't, it's like it's sometimes in some ways it's like a tired narrative, but like it's you've seen it so many times. It's I'm hoping he's back by June. If he's in the lineup June 1st, I'll call that a win.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Obviously it's tough having this lineup when he's not part of it, but the Yankees should be able to still carry their weight without Luke Voigt. Yeah, optimistically, June, that definitely sounds like a good projection. Yeah, this May sounds almost too good to be true for a meniscus tear, but this guy's a fucking beast, so who knows,
I have all the faith in Luke Voigt. We've just been so conditioned at this point to think something's either going to go wrong or, they're just wrong on the timetable. But,
right.
I'm ready for knee stuff. We had foot stuff last year. I'm ready for knee stuff.
Yes, knee stuff Voigt. That means 40 to 50 home runs from Mr. LV. All right, you can follow us on Twitter at Savages Bronx. You can follow Tom at
Wospil 54 right on your screen there.
Yeah, right on the ticker. Follow me at Rich J. Rivera. Let's move on to our big segment as we are almost halfway through our show already, but Giancarlo Stanton gave us a reason to go
45 minutes to watch that again. I could talk about that for another 10 minutes. He watched it. Oh, my.
We have another new segment on the show, and, of course, in this early season of Savages in the Bronx, there's going to be a lot of new segments making their debut, but we have all-time lineups. Over the last month, Tom, Jesus, grammar, Rich, God damn it. You and I have been putting together these lineups, these 25 best lineups from 96 to 2020 on opening day. Obviously, opening day has come and gone. We have a new lineup out there, that was on Thursday, but I'm not going to count that. We're just going to stick to the lineups that we had via our Twitter page on the Rank the Yanks segment. But what we're going to do is we're going to now construct the best opening day lineup out of those teams from 96 to 2020. And we're going to start with Tom's team right here. So it's an all-time team. And I'll set this criteria with you guys real quick. It'll be based on guys that at the time had their big years. So, Tom, let's get this started.
We can get it started here. And, so we're just going to go over the basics of the lineup here. I have leading off Derek Jeter from 1999. In the 2-hole, I got Bernie from 1998, playing center field, obviously. 3-hole, got A-Rod from 06. 4-hole, we have Tino at first. Batting 5th, we have Judge in right. That's in 2017. Tino from 97. 6th, we have Cano from 2012. 7th, Posada from 07. 8, we have Matsui from 04. And then 9-hole, we have the Warrior, Paul O'Neill from 1997. On the bump, also from 1997, we have Andy Pettitte.
Wow. So, damn. That's a good lineup, and I'll tell you why it's a good lineup, because I pretty much have the same players. So I'm going to run through mine real quick. I got 2000 Derek Jeter leading off at shortstop. Got 2018 Aaron Judge at DH. Now, again, kind of the criteria set. Now, obviously, Aaron Judge had his big year in 2017, but I'm trying to think of at the time of their opening day lineup. So this is Aaron Judge just coming off that 2017 season, about to have a decent 2018 stretch. Obviously, nothing close to what he did in the previous season. So I have Jeter leading off at shortstop, 2000 Jeter, that is. 2018 Judge, designated hitter, batting second. Tino Martinez batting third at first base from 1997. 2008 Alex Rodriguez at third base hitting fourth. 1999 Bernie Williams, center field, batting fifth. 1998 Paul O'Neill in right field, batting sixth. Robinson Cano of 2010, he's at second base. He bats seventh, batting eighth, and at catcher Jorge Posada of the 2003 season. Then I got batting ninth Hideki Matsui in left field, 2005's Hideki Matsui, and on the mound David Cone, 1999. That's what I have for my lineup. So we nailed it 9 for 9 on the players, Tom, but the pitcher was a little different on each side. I don't know if Tom lost me or I just lost Tom. Tom, you there?
I thought, I'm here now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good, man. I got you now. Yeah, can you hear me?
Too?
I can hear you.
I think John. Okay, well, that's good. I can hear you also. I think you're in a little choppy here on the stream. I think Giancarlo's ball just landed and it knocked out a satellite, which is messing with the internet right now, but it looks like it's coming back. I think just for a comparison's sake here, I was basing my lineups on the year that they happened in. So if you just push all my guys back a year because it's after their big years, for comparison's sake, we have the same players, just in some different positions there. I'll tell you one thing I really love about my lineup. Well, two things. One, I made it, so I love it. The second thing I love about it is it has something that this Yankee lineup has none of, and that is balance. My lineup, we're going righty, switch, righty, lefty, switch, lefty, lefty. It is a tough lineup to get through. I love having Jeter and Bernie at the top there. Bernie, if we're thinking him in 99, coming off and winning a batting title, Jeter ahead of him there. Those are guys that get on base that can run. A-Rod in 06, if we were saying how confident we were in 07. I know the Yankee fans have a love-hate with A-Rod. I'm a big A-Rod guy. Alex Rodriguez in 2006 had one of the greatest seasons a Yankee has ever had. And if you look at all-time Yankee seasons, if you look up what's the most home runs someone's ever hit as a Yankee in a season, RBIs, slugging, you see a lot of B. Ruth and you see Alex Rodriguez in 06.
Yeah.
He's the only one in the last 100 years, basically, to crack that line, that list. It's ridiculous. Him in that year is insane. Again, a lot of other guys are the same. They kind of fall in similar spots. I did give Pettit the ball. I'm thinking we're playing Yankee Stadium. I want a lefty on the mound. Mm-hmm. That's where I went with Pettit there. I don't think you can go wrong with Cone. Mm-hmm. I don't think you could have went wrong with, CC in 09. I don't think you can go wrong with Messina.
Right.
There's a lot of good options there.
Couldn't have gone wrong with Carl Pavano.
Couldn't
have gone wrong with Chien-Ming Wang.
If we're being honest, Chien-Ming Wang had two seasons, and then he broke his foot running in Houston. So
yeah, because fucking no designated hitter nationally. And it's funny because now the Astros are an American League team anyway, so it's like, damn, Wang just entered baseball a long time.
They probably cheated somehow to do that. Let's be honest. They had some kind of a buzzer situation that broke his foot.
Possibly. Somebody was stealing a sign there. Yeah, A-Rod's numbers are just ridiculous. I just pulled it up on Baseball Reference, and it's just
stupid.
It's wild how badly chastised he was, and deservingly so, throughout his career with the Yankees. But as a fucking ball player, like you can't argue with the production he had during the seasons. Like I went with the 2008 A-Rod again. Like the criteria I was kind of going for was it's the player entering that opening day. So this is following the 2007 season when he won the MVP, his third overall of his career, his second with the Yankees, and then entering that 2008 season where he hit 302, bashed 35 homers. I thought that was the perfect A-Rod to pick for that lineup. But yeah, I love that we're pretty much 9 for 9 with our offensive players. Our lineup was switched around a little bit. Again, I went with a righty, lefty, switch, lefty, switch, lefty, kind of taking advantage of that short porch in Yankee Stadium.
That's a good way to look at it too. Yeah, and I think I'll be honest. You know what I think the key to both of these teams are. It's my 9-hole hitter and your what do you got? You have him the 6-hole is the Warrior Paul O'Neill.
Yep.
I mean, we got the fire. We got some coolers getting broken. We got guys that just get people fired up. Being a Warrior out there, living up to his nickname. I think this team, you have a lot of guys who could kind of, Judge, Cano, had a lot of, they're kind of too, I'm saying they're too cool for school, but, they're calm out there. You need some fire. You got Judge to bring that. Tino brought some fire. Love it. I love these lineups.
I love it. I love the lineups. I love that they're also like representing different decades. Yeah. I was hesitant on DH, but I was like, you know what? We kind of need a contemporary Yankee. So I went with Judge. I think, hey, listen, I'll take 50-plus home runs after a rookie campaign at designated hitter and trying to keep Judge off the field and keep him healthy. So that's how I kind of saw it there. Yeah. But that's it. Yeah.
Did you have any guys that you thought, you were close to getting in there? And, you didn't. I know I personally really wanted to get DJ in there, but because some of those, it's tough when one of the years he plays the half season to put him in.
I was on the fence of actually taking out Matsui and putting in a 2007 Johnny Damon in left field, or putting Bernie at designated hitter and having Damon play center. Like I was on the fence with him. I
don't want Johnny Damon's noodle arm in center field. I can throw a ball further than Johnny Damon.
I consider Giancarlo Stanton for 2018 just because he was following that monster MVP season. But I was like, I don't know if I want to choose a guy whose best year was with the Marlins. So
I think that's fair.
I didn't really want to go there. Alfonso Soriano at second base, but I was like, Cano was more long tenured. I felt like I could find a better couple of seasons with Cano.
I was trying to get Gardner in there and left. I'll be honest. I kind of listen. I'm a Gardner guy.
No, you're a big Gardner guy.
Yeah, but listen, when we're talking like defensively, I mean, Brett Gardner's a very good defender. Matsui was representable out there, but if you gave me an outfield with Gardner in left, Bernie in center, and Judge in right with that cannon, that not only offensively dangerous, but defensively, that is a great defensive lineup.
6-0 Yankees currently right now, the top and the going into the bottom of the 6th inning. That Giancarlo Stanton grand slam, 471 feet.
It knocked out our internet. Look, we're back now.
And it knocked out Tom's internet.
Oh,
because it definitely was not mine. Because mine was good.
And that thing was silly.
Yes, Stanton, finally. Big 0, and he came up big with a grand slam. Good for Giancarlo. Let's see more of that. All right, well, make sure you can check out our archive clips right here on Twitch. They're available for a couple weeks after the episode airs. So as soon as this episode goes off the air in 7 minutes, you can still have 2 weeks to catch up and watch it. But obviously, if you're watching it live, we thank you so much for checking us out live here on Monday night. And if you're not here live, shame on you. But, of course, you have a chance to check us out for this episode for the next couple weeks. And, hey, make sure to check out our episode from last week. John Jastrzemski over at The Ringer, formerly with WFAN. He just announced his new podcast, which is going to be on 3 nights a week. New York, as part of The Ringer. So you can follow John at John_Jastrzemski. We thank him so much for being a part of the show. I also want to make a quick shout out because I forgot to last week. So sorry about that. But to my man, AJ Perosi, for setting that up. He's good friends with JJ. So I want to shout out to AJ and JJ on this episode 4 of Savages in the Bronx.
All the J's.
All the J's. All righty. Well, we're going to talk about a random-ass player to be named later, because that's our segment, a player to be named later. We haven't done it since our first episode of the show, or Tom and I are going to go back and forth and try to guess a random Yankee based on some clues and some achievements and some stats here. So, Tom, I think I had you go first last time, so I will take the clues from you this time.
Okay, so you want me to give the clues?
Yes.
Okay. All right, well, my player is a position player and played for the Yankees in 2002. He wore number 18. I know you like getting the numbers, so I'll give you that right now.
You gave me freaking 3 clues in 1. Damn. Yeah. Okay. Number 18 in 2002. Rondell White?
It's not Rondell White. I think Rondell White number 27. This is like if almost me kind of flexing on you in the numbers. I feel like you were 27, but I could be wrong on that. He was a consideration of one of my guys to pick.
All right, what's clue number 2?
Clue number 2. I'm gonna be honest, this clue is based on memory, but I feel like I'm correct with this. And if I'm not, then whatever. This man had probably one of the greatest. His 2002 was his rookie year, and he had one of the greatest first hits you could ever have.
Wow, that's a big clue, and I'm still stumped on who this could be. 2002.
His first pitch he ever saw in the majors.
I was gonna say David Justice, but he had a couple of years.
David Justice? Yeah, he was towards the end of his career.
2002.
2002.
Jeez. Let's go with Luis Sojo.
It is not Luis Sojo. Luis Sojo was the old man at this point. This was 2002 was this man's rookie year. I'll tell you that biggest first hit of his career was a grand salami off of the big unit, Randy Johnson. And I remember watching this game live.
Why don't I know this guy here? I mean, there's a couple on the top of my head. I'm like, all right, maybe, but I'm thinking, oh, that's not the year that they played.
I have a gimme one I can give you at the end here if you want it.
No, I feel I'm disappointed. I feel like I should know this guy. I really feel like I should know this guy.
You do know this guy. You do know this guy. This guy's currently with the Yankees.
Currently with the Yankees.
He's currently with the Yankees organization.
Well, obviously not as a player, but
not as a player.
2002. Who the hell? Not Marcus Timms, right?
It is Marcus Timms.
But that's a lie, because Marcus Timms didn't just play. Well, you know what? You never said that he played in multiple seasons with the Yankees, because he did play in a different.
He played later in 2010.
Right.
That is true.
Okay. That makes sense. Right.
But it was Marcus Timms.
Yeah, I was thinking strictly all right, who played in that one?
I'm going to be honest, that might be a little bit on me there. But no, our current batting coach, I remember watching that game, and it was what we were talking before the other show about. You see one at bat, and you think this guy is going to be everything. And your first career hit is a grand slam into Death Valley off of Randy Johnson. You think this is it. We have the next great outfielder.
And he went on to hit 231 that season. That was his only.
He only played 7 games, so he did not have a great look there. But actually, that's only had 2 RBIs. I could have sworn that was a grand slam he hit off of him.
It's kind of fucking amazing that a guy with a 246 career batting average is the hitting coach of the prestigious team of all of baseball. That's just an observation. And also, by the way, you were right. Rondell White did wear number 27. So good on you, partner. That was awesome.
I'm just upset that I'm looking this up and it looks like he didn't. It wasn't a grand slam. I thought it was, though.
All right. So you're wrong. But let's see if you're going to be wrong again. Your player.
Probably.
1 season with the Yankees. Only 1 season, Tom.
Is it Jay Bruce?
No. First, but he is a first baseman. Yeah.
Okay.
And that 1 season was 2010.
I thought you might have actually taken my other guy, although he was more of a third baseman. I'm sure he played some first base.
Okay.
My backup guy was Eric Hinsky.
Okay, so we can't use Eric Hinsky.
I was about to say, whoa, this is going to be easy. So 2010 first baseman. Is this I feel like we've talked about him. Is this the Lyle Overbay one?
No. Lyle Overbay was 2013.
Around 13. I was going to say, I feel like he's come up and played every name later before, and I'm just like, oh, this kind of feels
in one of our warm-ups, but I wouldn't rehash one. So.
Okay, not Lyle Overbay.
Your next guest, or next hint rather, he's a switch hitter, and with the Yankees, he wore number 17. Similar comments here. It's not Lyle Overbay. Took 45. We got saw Marcus Timms on the previous one. Good job.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hide the comments real quick here.
Yeah, hide the comments.
I don't want to cheat. I think I'm as good as this game at you as you are, considering also I was kind of cheated by not forgetting that Marcus Timms played in 2010.
Yes. Shout out. He's really good at this, unless Google is working beautifully at his fingertips.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, Matt. I know you're getting this for real.
Give me another clue here.
Last one. His most notable team was the Houston Astros.
Houston Astros.
And he was acquired in the trade deadline in the 2010 season.
2010 Astro. Well, not even the Astros in 2010. Switch hitting first baseman.
Matt got it right. Don't look at the chat.
I'm not going to. I'm so bad at this game. We got to stop doing this game. I'm bad.
Yeah, we both suck. Ever since we started the official shows, I think none of us got any of them right.
Look, yeah, we're not good at this.
We're not Yankee fans, bro.
Basically not. Right now, I'm looking at Clint Frazier though, and it's foul. No, obviously it's not Clint Frazier. Astros switch hitting. I keep going to Tony Clark. Tony Clark's way before that. He was a switch hitter.
Let me see if I can try to I'll just run down clues off the top of my head that I know. So he played corner outfield back in the day. He was only a first base for the Yankees, also DH'd a bunch of games. He won a World Series with the Cardinals in 2011.
Okay.
Not a Hall of Fame player.
Not a Hall of Fame player.
Not a Hall of Fame player. He sucked when we had him. He was not good. But he had a good career with the Astros. And he also was decent with the Cardinals after he signed with them in free agency.
Yeah, I don't got it. I don't think I got this one. Lance Berkman. Oh, isn't Lance Berkman the reason why Mariano tore his ACL? Am I right on that?
Was it Lance Berkman with the
was that Eric Kinsey?
Because it's 2010.
No, but it was like in batting practice. He hit someone. Lance Berkman hit. Is an ongoing joke with one of my friends that Lance Berkman definitely hit someone in batting practice at one point with a line drive.
All right, so we don't really know
injured him.
But we're gonna fucking blame Lance Berkman for it. We don't know what year it happened. We don't know how it happened, but we're gonna. He
did it though.
Shout out to Lance Berkman.
I would rather him play first base right now than Jay Bruce.
I could attest to that. Maybe not now. Lance Berkman's kind of
I probably still would.
That's my play to be named. Lance Berkman and Marcus Thames. Timms. I don't know, but
spelled Thames, pronounced Timms.
Here are our guys, and that's our end of the show. So, any thank yous you want to throw out there, Tom, before we let you go?
I want to thank my friend Giancarlo Stanton for hitting a ball to the moon. It's unfortunate it knocked out my internet for about 10 seconds there, but I appreciate that he hit the ball to the moon.
Yes.
Thank you, Giancarlo.
Big thanks to Giancarlo. Big thanks, as always, to our followers on Twitter, our listeners on Twitch, MTook45 for getting the player to be named later right.
We should just bring him in for this. We should just try to stump him. That should be the game. We bring Matt in and we just come up with the most obscure pitch, played one inning and see if he gets it.
See, Matt, the gauntlet's been thrown out to you, bud. So hopefully I hear a response from you soon.
DJ. I want to also thank DJ LeMahieu for hitting a ball to right field. RBI 7-0 Yanks.
While Tom is working on his best Susan Waldman impersonation in the booth, we're going to let you go here. We'll see you here next week, Savage in the Bronx, 8 p.m. Eastern time, as always, on Twitch. Take care.